All right, man, we just gonna go ahead and get started, man.
Baseline.
Episode 162.
Law of attraction, baby.
Welcome to the Porch Podcast. Welcome to the Porch Podcast. It's your boy, DJ E, Mr. Influential, and I'm rocking with my brother, man.
P original, baby.
P Original, that's right.
Yes,
That's
sir.
right. That's clapping
Yes,
up.
sir.
New episode of the Porch Podcast. We gonna call this one right here, y'all. Law of Attraction. Clap it up one more time. One more time.
Absolutely. Law of attraction, baby.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well, welcome back, y'all. First and foremost, new week, new episode, man. And 162.
That's it. Let's clap it up for that.
162. Consistency, man. And, we keep doing it because the law of attraction keeps bringing us back to do what we love to do.
Right.
And we right here with you.
Right.
We ain't gonna waste no time. We gonna get right into the conversation first and foremost, brother.
Yeah.
How's your week, man?
My week is good. My week was okay. Trying to get my shit right now. Sometimes you
I can see. I can see.
do that.
If this is any indication of how your week was,
Yeah.
it's been tough.
Nah, it's all right. It's okay. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Get a little older, man.
Nah.
Gotta get our posture right. Our little slouch. Y'all see us sometimes chilling in these chairs hard. It's because we really acting like we really on the porch.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you said your week was good, though.
My week was good.
Week was good. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Anything special happened? Anything?
Yeah, I just was, doing what I usually do, man. I was down trying to make sure this goddamn mic is right. Hold on, let me get that, because sometimes you got to get your shit together, then there we go,
Yeah, I ain't mad. Yeah.
Chilled, man. I chilled. Did sound. Shout out to Belvedere Cigar Lounge in Lawnside, New Jersey. Did some sound in there. Shout out to my brother DJ Oxygen. He came through and did what he did. It was their 5th anniversary. You know what I mean?
That's what's up.
That's
what's up. Shout out to Oxygen. Word is mine.
Yeah, yep. But there was a nice location, Belvedere. Like I said, right there in Lawnside. I don't have the address off head. But did sound there. Sunday was really at the crib, chilled a little bit. Friday was in the house. I ain't do much this week. I was relaxed.
That's good.
Yeah.
How many other things don't you have off head? I'm just trying to figure
Here
it
we
out.
go with the bullshit. Let's clap it up. We ain't even gonna laugh at it. Let's clap it up. Why is my mic on some bullshit tonight, bro? I don't know.
Because it's off head.
It's off. Come on, man. Instead of off head, huh?
Yeah. So, while technical Tommy gets his microphone stand together over there. Yeah, I had a pretty good week, like you said, man. Kind of chilled.
Right.
Kind of chilled, try to keep it, low and on the go. Busy competition weekend. Shout out to everybody who understands, I'm a dance dad.
Right.
So a lot of my weekends is dedicated to some capacity of dance.
Right.
Which, I wouldn't have it any other way, you know what I mean? So, I was happy to be able to be there. I went on Saturday, bro.
Okay.
1 o'clock.
Okay.
I was there from 1.
Hey, Toya, what's up, sis?
Toya, what's happening, sis? Peace. Welcome back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I was there from 1 to 8:30. I was there 7.5 hours
Right.
watching all the dances. I think it was 100 and something dancers.
Yeah.
I seen from number 1 all the way through and in the award ceremony.
What number was my niece?
It's number 43. No, 49.
49.
She was number 49.
Yeah. So
Did
she
very
on
well.
this side, she was on this side of 50. She can get a nice IRA.
She can get a nice IRA. Yeah, she
go
did
ahead,
well.
clap it up for that.
Did very good. Shout out to everybody. The Low Dance Studio, they all did extremely well. Shout out to all of the dancers.
Uh-huh.
Great opportunity, great situation.
Yeah.
Like I said, we in the middle of, competition season, so it was just great to see everybody, all the hard work and everything like that paying off and coming together.
Right.
So that's pretty much what the weekend looked like, other than where we were, I almost needed a boat this whole last weekend. This week just
Oh
went
yeah,
by.
well that's how it be sometimes, man. You know what I mean? The rain gonna come, and I mean that's what the dude said to me today. I went to the pizza shop, and
Okay.
when I gave him my card, he was like, "Oh, thank you, Mr. Rainey." You know what I mean? He said, "Your name is like the weather." I'm like, "Okay, bro."
Yeah.
You know, man. Shit was kind of spooky, P. That shit was kind of spooky. For real, like you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so that's what's up. That's what's up. So, what you got for us for today for a quote of the day?
The
brother?
quote of the day.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. One more time, I'm going to read it again. Here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want, and they're wondering why it shows up over and over again. And that's by John Assaraf. I think I said his last name right.
It's great.
Yeah.
People wonder why things keep happening, but their mindset is driven towards consistently thinking about those things coming like that.
Right.
It makes a lot of sense.
Right.
You know, with today's conversation being about the law of attraction,
Yeah.
if that statement that you just made or that quote holds any kind of direction,
Right.
all we got to do is change our mindset.
That's it. Everything is in mind. See, the thing is, P, it always starts up here. You know what I mean? It becomes a thought. Before you can love it in your heart, you have to think about it in your head first.
Okay.
See, everybody say, I'm passionate. That's why when I tell people, everything you're doing is not just because of passion. Like we always say, oh, this is my passion, right? So when you look up the word passionate,
Okay.
if I'm not mistaken, I don't know the definition off head. You know what I mean? And I knew you was going to do that. That's why I said it the way I said it. You're going to check it out.
Yep. Well, go ahead, make your
But
point.
I think it relates more to love, right? But it had to become a thought first. You had to even understand in your brain to register to it. And then when you are passionate about it, it's something we talked about not too long ago, is having a plan to execute whatever that may be. Even as each time, even when you try each level, like when you're trying to get to it,
That's right.
once you're in it, to try to maintain it, to you know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
I tell people all the time, man, you know, I think people will always believe that, oh, DJing is your passion. No, I'm not saying that's necessarily my passion. I would say I'm more passionate about music. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But I've learned my spot because I used to rap. I still can rap if I
Right.
want to.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But I realized that I was more effective being a DJ.
Yeah. Well,
know what I
passion, like, strong and barely controllable emotion.
Yeah.
So
emotion ties a lot to your heart.
Exactly. No. Exactly everything you
Right.
just explained. I think sometimes what we do is you know how before you've ever heard we throw the word love around
Right.
too easily. You know what I mean? Yeah, I got love for him. You know, there's a certain thing that is supposed to be a little bit more pronounced than others, right? Like you can love something,
Yeah.
you can like something,
Right.
you can enjoy something,
Right.
but everything ain't gonna be all of those things.
Right.
And so I think sometimes that what comes into play as well. Like you just said before, though, bro, the ability to do something doesn't necessarily mean you have a love for it.
Right.
You could develop enough technique and skill
Right.
and ability where you do it so effortlessly to a lot of other people.
Yeah.
They'll look around and say, you must love that. And you go, why? Because you do it so easy. No, I just did it so much that I can do it easy now.
Right.
That doesn't mean necessarily that it's the thing that I love
Right.
just because of that. So I think that we do have to define and understand what the difference between passion and just,
Understand?
being
I mean,
skilled or talented.
it's okay to be passionate.
Right.
It's just, all I'm saying is it starts in your mind state.
Right.
So like this guy said, like Mr. Assaraf said, you wonder why things keep showing up over and over again. Earlier today, me and you was talking, right?
Right.
And I made the statement, and I said to you, you ever do something for somebody
Yep.
and get something or do something for somebody, and then when the reaction hits, it's not what you expected? And you said absolutely.
Absolutely. Peace, free. Yeah,
Yeah, peace,
absolutely.
free.
Passion fuels purpose.
Right.
No question.
Exactly. So I said, you remember I asked you that, like, you ever do something and then they like you buy them something or you do something for them.
Correct.
And they, the reaction of them, you doing it
It's
for
not
them
quite how you picture it.
is how you pictured it.
Right.
And I explained to you, and I said to that is, most of the time, that nobody, I said no, after I said that, I said nobody or any being or anything will surprise you better than either God or the universe.
Correct.
Because every time something happens that's unexpected, the first thing you say, oh man, well, I know that was God.
You know,
and
question.
you be thankful and you be good for it, and
Yep.
it's the truth. It
Yep.
is.
Yep.
Because certain things, what I said to it, when you do certain things with certain people where you feel like it may be a surprise, in their heart or in their mind, it was an obligation.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't get surprised over what you're supposed to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I remember back DJing in the club, right?
Mm-hmm.
And, you say that, hey, man, all my women in the building right now. Ladies, I love y'all. Y'all know it. All my ladies in the building right now, put your hands up if you got your real hair.
Mm-hmm.
You got your real
Don't need
guys.
no man
Don't
for
need
nothing.
no man for nothing. You pay your own bills.
That's right.
You do all that shit. Yeah. Half of them be lying. I'm going to keep 100.
Okay.
Right? But
Generally, the number I like people to keep.
they go,
Right.
go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to say to myself, sweetheart, why do you make what's already expected of you anyway such a big deal?
Yeah.
Because for people,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes you feel that you're the best that you are, all those accomplishments, the obligation is to be the best who you are anyway.
Exactly.
But because it sounds so good,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
you know what I mean?
Yes.
It sounds so good,
Yes.
it makes it feel like it's a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like you don't necessarily get rewarded for doing it. It's just like, Daddy, like, okay, we might reward our children for making the honor roll
Right.
because we know that it could be a different way,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
But at the same time, when they're doing something right, if you expect the best out of them anyway, they're doing what you expect them to do. There's nothing wrong with rewarding them because you're showing them, you're also teaching them a lesson. When you put your all in, you put the work in, and you do what you got to do, you'll be rewarded in life. Like
That's
I
right.
just said, nothing rewards you better than God or the universe. But let's be real. When you're raising a child,
Right.
you are their universe. You're teaching
No
them
question.
the world.
No question.
So actually rewarding them for that
Mm-hmm.
is a dope situation. But you notice as you become an adult and you get older in life, the rewards stop.
Mm-hmm.
Because that action is obligated it's an obligation for you anyway.
No question.
Especially as men, being married men with children, we have to be the best we can be anyway.
Mm-hmm.
We're supposed to be, even when we hurt. That's why it's like that. So that expectation sometimes is dumbed down from obligation anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when the world reward, like when you see something, you do something, and the universe rewards you, and it was so unexpected, that's what makes you surprised.
No, I totally agree.
Crystal, what's up, my Libra friend? You said you want to call me Virgo. How are you?
What's happening? What's happening? Welcome to the show. No, actually, I totally agree with you. I think two things, though. One thing that's major that I think a lot of times gets overlooked is, like you were saying, kind of what you put into the universe is what you get back in return.
Right.
Right? So when you set a standard like reward
Right.
for expected behavior
Right.
and different things that they do, most of the time people anticipate getting rewarded from everyone the
Right.
exact same way.
Right.
Right? And so often when you don't get it, you stop doing it.
Right.
Right? So for instance, if every time you did something and you did it well, or you did it to the standard or the, expected situation,
Right.
when those things stop becoming something that is recognized, people all of a sudden make the determination that why would I continue to do this if nobody's telling me I did a great job?
Right.
So once again, I think the problem with a lot of this stuff, like you said, with the law of attraction situation is like, all right, the same concept we have talked about before.
Yeah.
When I tell people, you don't have to be doing bad to do better.
Right.
Most people look at life from, I want more out of life.
Right.
But the steps to get more out of life is not something they can see as clear.
Right.
They just know that what they have is cool, but I want more.
Right.
So you got to almost put yourself in the mindset that if more is not where I presently am, how do I get to more?
Right. Let me give you another example where I see it.
What's that?
In sports,
Right.
a team,
Right.
they count their wins,
Right.
they count their losses.
Right.
And in every sport, depending on how things line up and a certain amount of wins and things, it's how you continue to go on.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Correct.
You keep going on in the playoffs and like years when the Giants won the Super Bowl, they came in as 6th seed and won the Super Bowl, right?
Right.
Because they got enough wins to get them where they're going.
Right.
Life works the same way, but society makes you think different.
Mm-hmm.
Because no matter how many wins you have the wrong L, you're judged on that L. Even if it's only 1 or 2 that people may consider L. And you could have 30 wins. Mm-hmm. But what people focus on a lot of times is the loss, the wrong. It's the same thing with your mind way of thinking. Mm-hmm. If you, like we say all the time, if you don't look at an L as an L, you look at it as a lesson, but you count the wins as wins, you're going to do nothing but go forward and keep getting reminded and blessed from the universe.
I agree. But I think that first off, we as a people,
young vets is in the building. Let's go ahead and clap it up for
what's
them.
going on,
What's
peace,
up,
bro?
Yeah.
First off, we care entirely too much about who's keeping the score and who's giving us the indication that we're winning.
There you go.
Right? So I know some people will say, well, it's tough to say that you don't care what nobody thinks. I don't think it's that you don't care what people think. What happens is you get to a certain point where you allow what people think to factor way too much into the process of you becoming what you need to become.
Absolutely.
Strength comes by way of identifying your weaknesses, not by people telling you that you're doing better, but it is identified by you identifying your weaknesses.
Right.
So,
that's why you don't lose. You learn a lesson.
Right. So for me, even in the grand scheme of all of those things, every one of the fixes that come in your life, or every one of the upgrades that come in your life, it starts in the mirror. Right? Like I've read a bunch of different books and stuff on that, but like how can I say? All right, so it's not about you knocking yourself down. It's not about you chopping into yourself when you start saying, I have a problem with my patience. I have a problem with my emotions. I have a problem with, with needing to have the last word, whatever those situations are. Right? It's about that. Winning and losing in life, to me, if you live every day, you've never lost.
Right.
So it's not even about like that. Like that stuff to me, I had to get to a point because
I've been feeling like that.
It's hard to. That's what's up. But it's hard to promote being better than you currently are when most people look at I'm losing because I'm looking at the other person that is doing something that they're enjoying and I'm not doing.
That's exactly what I was basically saying.
Yeah.
In sports is the only time that matters. Yeah. In real life, that don't matter. When people focus on the L's instead of being like the quote says, they keep talking about what they don't want and wonder why it keeps showing up.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
that's why I use the analogy of sports, because that's the only place it matters.
And that's a fantastic analogy.
That's the only place. Anywhere else, it doesn't matter.
But the average person, and that's a fantastic analogy. But the average person, once again, even the lottery player, I keep kind of going back to this.
It's situation. A professional player.
It's not even so much a player. It's the thought of what that win looks like. It's the thought of what that success looks like. That is the thing that draws them.
Right.
Everybody wants to be successful.
Rel, what's up, Rel?
Rel, peace. What's going on, my brother? Everyone wants to be successful. It is the effort and the energy and the strategy that goes into making that situation that they do not want to commit to.
Right.
And so when we talk about the law of attraction, my law of attraction may not be yours. Oh, no. Even though we both may want to be successful in our own right, the winners in our own right, it's a little bit like in sports. The ultimate goal is the same for everyone.
It's to win that championship, yeah.
For everyone. But in the game of life,
It's
everyone's is independent. So that's why I say what I say. Like, as cool as that is, the reality of it is as long as you're not willing to put in the work to even be the best you.
No, I know that.
No one's ever seen the best version of you.
Right.
Right? Because if you're saying that you're not the best version of yourself yet, how could anyone ever have seen what you have not even seen yourself? And it's you. So a lot of that stuff comes down to you looking and saying, okay, what do I do that I do good that I can do even better in?
That's why I just explained about me even with music. When people think DJing is my passion,
Right.
and I made the statement, I think I'm more passionate about music because I even used to rap and do all those things. I just felt like I was more effective as a DJ. But that doesn't mean that doesn't mean just a skill. Do I like DJ? Of course. I looked at, I'm a businessman, but I looked at where it could be lucrative. It's just like I sit back and I look at life and I'm thinking about things like social media, right?
Mm-hmm.
Social media, people gauge a post of being successful off of comments and likes.
True.
Right?
Yep.
But nobody looks at social media as levels of things. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Like, okay, if I put a picture up and get 500 comments and 1,000 likes, I might feel like, bitch, that one was a boomer, right? If I really was judging.
Oh yeah, no
the
question,
right?
no question. Yeah.
But for somebody that's a celebrity, that ain't shit.
Right. You talking about the number of
comments and the likes. They'll get that. You'll look up the shit been up for 5 minutes. Guess what? When you care about that,
Yep.
you care about that,
Yep.
it's the reason why you get addicted to social media because you're trying to be the score. You might be like, if you could sit back and say to me, that was my most successful post ever.
Yep.
That means you're really paying attention and care about that.
Which isn't an issue. Here's the thing. If it is part of your climb, cool. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. If it's part of your climb, if it's your only measuring stick,
right,
then that's a problem for you. That's how you shortchange yourself. So my thing is if you know what, just in a ABCD, a chronological order, you know what I mean? Just dealing in that order.
Right.
Right? Mm-hmm. If you know what that looks like, and you know what D looks like in the essence of once you get to it, that's crazy.
You said
that's crazy.
You said it.
Yeah.
All right, we go. Hold on. Wait.
Yeah,
that shit was so crazy, bro.
Yeah.
That we gotta say this. We gotta go to a commercial.
Come on.
Listen,
man.
man.
Right,
listen. Pause.
Yeah. Pause. Man.
Listen. Let me put the camera on me, man. After that.
Go ahead.
If you're looking for a company that can help you out with an event, I mean, any time event, office events, weddings, and you don't have time to plan, birthday parties, I got a great company for you. Pay attention.
Listen, whether it's your first or your 50th birthday, that 25 years of service, if not more, retirement party, or the day that you and the love of your life share vows to become one, let Front and Center Events take care of all of your event planning needs. Sit back, put your feet up, and enjoy the show, where they truly keep you at the front and center of it all. That's www.fncevents.com. Head on over there today and get that party booked. Back to the show. So the point that I was going to make, y'all, is that you know what the destination looks like, right? You know what your goal is, where you're trying to get to. Sometimes in life, we can only see what the end of the destination looks like. We can only see the great thing that we want to become or the great thing that we want to do. If we can fall in love with the thought of it to that level, could you imagine if we fell in love with the work ethic that it takes to make it all come together?
That's what you got to do.
You see what I'm saying?
That went down the wrong path.
Yeah. But you see what I'm saying?
Listen, the reason why
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times people that I know that DJ'd and that do DJ, like, hey man, how we do this, do that. All advice I ever tell everybody is, if you really into it, don't stop.
Yeah.
It's the same thing if you go back and look at the first clip ever
Oh, yeah.
of when me and P put out
Yep.
before episode 1 dropped.
Yep.
Right? Before
Yep.
we was going live or we would record, edit, you know what I mean?
That's right.
I said in that clip
Mm-hmm.
that this is going to be success. First, I said it was your idea.
Mm-hmm.
Then I said the way it's going to be successful is you just can't stop.
That's right.
It has to be
That's right.
consistent.
You was putting it out there in the
I
atmosphere
said,
at that point. Yep.
What y'all don't understand is, again, this is P's idea. When he called me, of course I wanted to be a part. Y'all don't know the influence he has on me in my life. And I started breaking down, you DJ'd and I DJ'd, this and that and this and that. And but everything y'all see me do, this was his plan the whole time. And then as soon as you about to talk, boom, I dropped the beat in. So everybody, even people, I knew that my actual promo worked that night because people were saying, man, you ain't even give him a chance to talk. I said, he talks a lot on the show. That means you got to watch episode 1. Let's go ahead and clap it up for that.
It was great vision.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of what we're talking about, right?
Law of attraction.
Law of attraction.
Yes.
You knew
Yes.
exactly what you wanted to do to be able to attract us to be in the position to have people like everyone who's watching right now and everyone who checks this, this out.
Yeah.
He saw it.
Right.
And it was a collective effort between us, just consistently just kind of putting it out there, looking at it, saying that we want to make it happen. We want to continue to do it. We want to continue to bring these messages out and do our thing.
But
That's why it's happening.
But I want to say this.
What's that?
Your presence is so high
Mm-hmm.
because you put the work in.
Yeah.
If you go back 6-7 years ago, what y'all see from P right now, you would have never seen.
Yeah.
His post went from "Let's go, Phils"
Yeah.
to he coming to y'all anytime he want.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was like P. He had that new hard white or something. That next thing you know, that became his whole little
Unbelievable.
little
Unbelievable.
little thing. You know what I mean?
It's almost scary.
JK,
peace, bro. What's
My
happening
man.
with you? So, speaking of that, right, and it's funny because we had this conversation, right? And we just talking about how when you put it into the universe in terms of what you want out of life, when you're not happy with certain things in your life, sometimes you do things and you make changes.
right?
And if you're not strong-minded enough, you can look around and you can look for the approval of others
Right.
and rely solely on that being the confirmation that you need.
Right.
So we had a conversation the other day about, let's be honest, some body enhancement.
Oh yeah.
And
definitely.
in this conversation, it was you got to imagine, E in true E form.
Right.
I kind of led with the statement about how things are more common now.
Right.
As a matter of fact, E used the words, he used a different terminology. Tell him what you said, bro.
What I said was, a fat ass ain't even special no more because anybody can get one. That's what I said. You know what I mean?
Yep. Didn't know he was going to say it again.
Yeah.
That's what he said, though. And he said special. so I'm going to say this, right? To each his own.
Whatever. So special.
Right.
I'm so special.
So I'm going to say this. When you're in please, it's from a respect place. You can do what you want to do with your body.
Right. Oh yeah.
You can
I'm
do
not
what you
knocking
want
you
to
for
do.
doing
None
it.
of that type of stuff. But when we are in the world where what we do and what we need in terms of validation,
Right.
or attention, because we're talking about the law of attraction,
Right.
and we start to do certain things to attract certain people,
Right.
certain other opportunities.
Yeah. Enhancements and things of that nature.
Should we feel that we're living more in a world that's based on image?
Yeah. Everything's image nowadays because of social media. Because if you care about the likes and the comments.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
Everything has a. I'm not saying that you're wrong for trying to do that because people get paid for being influencers.
Mm-hmm.
If you're passionate about it and that's what you want to do, then do it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you putting the work in and you watching it grow, because I don't want nobody to think that anything that they're doing.
We ain't body shaming in any capacity or any enhancement
or hating on anybody.
No, not at all.
There's that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But I made that statement.
Right, Dom.
I went, hey, Dom, we ain't seen you in a while, too, though. Hey, girl.
Glad you're back, sis.
So, to make it clear, like, I made that statement because when you were young,
Mm-hmm.
and you walked in, and you walked to the party, and you seen whatever attracted you to that woman.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm not just going to go with body parts. It could be their eyes. It could be they like how their hair was, whatever it was.
It's a lot of stuff.
Right.
It's a lot of stuff.
We should have known this was coming when everybody started changing the colors of their eyes with contacts sometimes.
Okay.
Because it started then.
Mm-hmm.
And then the success from that then. I'm not even talking about the clothes and things of that nature.
Right.
Because I think the dopest thing about clothing is when it has longevity, like Jordans.
Yeah.
Mike done brung certain numbers of Jordans out over more than the number.
Right.
He done brung out probably the fives
Right.
55 times.
I got you.
You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But they still they hold that same value and that same specialness.
Right.
But just
even that, Dom, you're right. Filters and stuff like that on pics and all that.
Right. But just imagine if the way the Jordans look,
right,
that same style of sneaker could be on every sneaker brand,
right,
but just your logo. They're not. That shoe doesn't look special anymore.
And I agree. And I'm going to say this.
And that's what I meant about that.
No, I totally get it. I mean, in terms of the enhancement, listen. First and foremost, when I say body enhancement, there's nothing wrong with you making any adjustments.
No, it's not. Whatever. It's not.
And I'm not going to always make it seem like it's a situation dealing with self-esteem or any of those things. My thing is that, to me, when your reality isn't what is it what you want it to be?
Right.
Start to ask yourself some basic fundamental questions.
Absolutely.
Am I unhappy with myself?
1.
Right? Do I want better for myself?
2.
And what am I willing to do to change it?
3.
Okay? So my thing with that situation is if you understand how that works, then what you'll start to do is you'll start to make changes that you can live with yourself.
Right.
That does not have to make you become something that you really aren't.
Right.
Or something that could potentially make you have to become someone else fictitious in your mind.
Right.
And present that to the world.
Right.
See, my thing is that everything that starts, like you said earlier, great in your life, it starts in your mind before it gets to your heart.
That's the most important part.
So when we're dealing with life from the perspective of internal, external, right? I think that what you're seeing right now is we're so internally affected by the external things that are taking place that we feel a need to become something different on the outside, even though we're probably a great person on the inside.
Listen, I'm going to say this just to make this clear. Mm-hmm. Like P said, we're not against body enhancements. But if you're paying for body enhancements because it make you feel better,
right,
I promise you mind enhancements are much cheaper.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that, when you change the way you think,
right,
that all comes from books.
Yeah.
Read. I promise you, if you're chasing a feeling for the body enhancements.
Yep.
But if you say, I just want to look different, I mean, and that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. I'm not judging it.
I saw a person say they spent $100,000
on their body.
On their body.
Right.
LeBron spends over $1 million a year
on his body. But he's putting in the work.
Now, that's a different, exactly.
Yeah.
That enhancement.
Right.
Right? I ain't even gonna say it. Maintenance.
Maintenance. That's more maintenance.
That's more maintenance.
Yeah.
Has already paid dividends.
Right.
There's a difference. I don't think he's trying to become something that he is not. I don't think that he has a problem with who he is and the work that he's put in to become it.
Right.
But it's a difference.
Right.
And when you make statements like you said before, that it's not even special anymore. That's something, when you said that, I really thought about it and I said, wow, how many people apply that logic to themselves and say, am I even special to anybody anymore?
This is what bro. Listen, I was gonna ask you, did your mom used to say this? But I know your mom used to say it because she my mom. All right, let's go ahead and clap that up. Right, let's clap that up.
Right.
Mom used to make the statement.
Our mother definitely did.
Mom used to make the statement. Anything fast ain't
good. That's right.
So if that body enhancement, you want it fast.
Yeah.
Because you can get it by putting in the work. It was there. It was underneath everything around it.
Or
anyway.
the other statement, what comes easy don't last long.
Exactly.
And what lasts long don't come easy. So it's the same. Yeah, it's the same concept.
She said it. Let's go ahead and clap that up
Absolutely.
again.
Absolutely.
Right? But the point that we're making is, if you train here,
that's right.
Because the law of attraction is here. Right. Like I said, I'm going to put it up. If you just tuned in, I'm going to put up the quote of the day again. Here's the problem. Most people are thinking about what they don't want.
Correct.
And wonder why it shows up over and over again.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
The only way you can stop thinking about something you don't want is that you have to put new ideas and fresh things in your head. So at the end of the day, mind enhancement is so much cheaper.
Absolutely.
Find a way. I'm telling you. P can tell y'all. I talk about this all the time. We had another deep conversation and certain experiences that I dealt with. I know that made me who I am.
That's right. That's right.
Like really made me who I am.
That's right.
Bottom line, I realized that self-awareness.
Yeah.
Knowing what triggers me.
That's right.
Knowing this is things I learned in therapy. Knowing what triggers me. Knowing what really gets on my nerves. Then the second thing I learned is, what can I do to control and fix that?
That's right.
Right? That was all when I learned about emotional intelligence.
No question.
If you look around, emotional intelligence is so popularly spoken about now. You know what I mean? This is crazy. When I say the universe surprised you, it can surprise you with the littlest thing. So I learned about the book Emotional Intelligence 2.0 by watching just a regular reel on Instagram.
Okay.
And the man made the statement, and this is really what the book is about. They tell you that statistics show that a person with a higher EQ goes further than a person with a higher IQ.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So they're saying, okay, you could be very smart, but can't control yourself. You're you're basically a liability.
That's right.
You know what I mean? But you might not be as smart as that person, but you are cool, calm, collected, and keep your emotions calm. You understand. You have a high emotional intelligence. Hence the reason why something else we was talking about today, Jay-Z went further than Dame.
Right.
Because it seems like Hov always had a hold on his emotions.
Right.
But Dame, nobody ever said Dame was not smart.
I agree.
What was saying all that, once I realized these things, what triggered, what can I do to do it better? I got the book, started reading it. Then I told y'all I started watching Orange is the New Black. I look right in the movie, in the show, the girl the Muslim girl, she's reading the book, cover clear as day in my face. Let me know you're reading the right book right now.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Like I look at little signs like that, like, damn, that's there, go right there.
It's like that, man. Like
the universe surprises you better than anything in the world.
Well, like the law of attraction, like we're talking about. My thing is this. When you pose a question to a person about change,
right?
The average person will say, well, yeah, change is hard. Change is tough. Change is a difficult thing to do. And then you watch these same people change their appearance, change the way they speak, change the things they eat, change the company that they keep. They change all of these different things. And then you go back to them and you say, well, I thought change was difficult. All I asked you to do was, what are you doing to change yourself? Now, you seem to not have a problem with change in any other capacity. I'll change the way I look, whether it's in a filter or my image in terms of my face, my body. I'll make all these changes because the validation that I need is going to come from the external side of it. So I'll make the changes to be accepted. I'll make the changes to be viewed better. I'll make those changes so that people will like me and recognize me and see me making a difference in my life. But when I ask the question about, do you make the change internally? It's too difficult. And it's mind-blowing because you can't be loved by anyone more than you can love yourself.
Bottom line, speaking on the law of attraction,
Right.
if you want to be in better health,
Right.
and those people who really come up and be in better health, they start to think about how they would look on the other end. The ones who start to read and look at a natural way, because I don't care who he is, we all start with a natural way. You know what I mean? Art, like of trying to grow something in our minds. It's the people that get there and start to look at the roadmap and a plan of that they're making of their own from different ideas and things that they're learning from books, YouTube videos, podcasts, and everything of that nature, right? To say, this is the difference, where to get it. I'm going to do it, or, man, that shit too difficult. It's you one of those two people. The ones who say they do it, going to do it, and start to apply the roadmap to what they're trying to get to are usually successful.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it started, and and the plan just goes from here. So that's why we saying with body enhancement, most of the time it deals with the physical body.
Absolutely.
But when the brain stop being part of the physical body?
The one person that can't see...
Damn, bitch, that one was nice.
The one person that can't see you is you. So, because you can't see yourself, when you look around and you watch how many people, find you attractive, find you interesting, find you intelligent, find all of these things, you start to validate whatever they're saying, and that becomes, the reward.
Right.
And because we understand that the law of attraction is simple, all you have to do is project the person that you want to be.
There we go.
That lives inside of you internally.
There you go.
And when you project it, it's different. It's not even so much work. What it is
it's there.
It's the image of what you know that you are. Right? So as I'm reading right now,
and what you really want.
And what you want.
Yep.
But before you can get to what you want, you have to become what you are. Right? So when you become what you are, then you can build and move from there. So that's the part that we often want to leapfrog. This is why I say all the time about the lottery.
Yeah.
I don't want to do the thing that's going to allow me to become a millionaire by using the ability and the skill that I have.
Right.
I need to figure out the right combination of whatever numbers need to take place. It's because we want things in an instant.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Right?
Right.
Now, if we're talking about the law of attracting certain things, this is why they eventually do hit the lottery, because they go and they continue to feed that situation until it develops.
Right.
Well, what if you took that same lottery approach to every aspect that you want to be great at or you want to win at in your life? What if you simply took that approach?
Right.
What if you turned around and said, I'm going to do one thing better today than I did yesterday?
That's how it starts.
That's the way it changes. We just started
again,
me and my wife, once again, y'all. We did this challenge before. We talked about it on the show called 75 Hard. Pause. 75 Hard Challenge. We go 75 days.
And comes right back to it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful.
Happy. So 75 Hard Challenge. We go 75 days, and we do 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes, each one of them. One can be outside, one's inside. Read 10 pages of your favorite book, whatever it is. In mine, I happen to have a interest in self-growth and, motivational speaking kind of books and stuff like that. And you do it for 75 days, no excuses. No break in it. We did it with a bunch of other people. I think it was maybe me, my wife, and maybe 2 other people that finished.
Right.
Everybody who started. The point that I'm making in that is that if you work consistently at anything in your life, you're always going to reap the reward of it. You're always going to reap the reward of it. People say all the time, like, Peter, you ever did that before? Or how did you do that? Did you do that? No, I never did that before. Well, how did you know how to do it? No, it wasn't that I knew how to do it. I wasn't scared to fail doing it.
There you go.
And so when you putting that into the atmosphere, that's how you get those rewards.
I wasn't scared to fail at doing it.
So that's the difference. So when you start to think about the things from that perspective, once again, you got to put in the universe what you expect. Now, I'm going to ask you a question, E. as a businessman yourself.
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? Very highly intelligent in terms of financials.
Yes, sir.
As well. Question for you. Do you think, I'm going to make sure I read it to you. I wrote it down on a piece of paper, old school style. Is being independent a viable option, in your opinion, for everyone? Is being independent? It's not a trick question, just
a valuable option for everyone.
right, a viable option, yeah. It's just something that everybody can truly do, in your opinion.
It's something that I think that truly everybody can do, but everybody doesn't need to.
That's right.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Break that down.
Yeah.
Break that down. Got a couple minutes before we get into some questions.
You do have to be independent.
Okay.
But some people can be, because they're natural competitors,
So
right?
do you. Yep.
And they want to be the best at being independent.
Mm-hmm.
They could be their worst enemy.
Right.
And I'm saying that because of the fact of, you ever see somebody outwork something?
Yep.
Because
Yep.
you can put in all the work,
Yep.
but don't have the proper mental state, the proper understanding and knowledge of something.
Mm-hmm.
See what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And you could hurt yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like Drumline with Nick Cannon.
Yeah.
Couldn't read music.
That's right.
Play his ass off. He
Yep.
just watched the keys. He don't know how to read music.
Mm-hmm.
It never dawned on him, I need to learn how to read
What keys
music.
did he watch? Because you said he watched the keys.
He missed the 17.5.
Was-
Y'all wonder why Nick
was
so
the-
rich.
So the keys he was watching as a drumline dude
Yeah.
couldn't have been drums.
Nah.
So what keys was he watching?
He was watching the little white top of the drum, right? And every time he hit it.
So
You
you
know what I
just
mean?
associate everything white
Yeah.
with keys?
He could have learned how to read music, man.
Yeah.
At what point
Yeah.
does he learn to read music?
Okay.
Because all it's going to do is make him more valuable. See, sometimes we get in fear of learning certain things because we're used to doing it one way.
I agree.
But what if you can't do it that way and it still needs to be done?
Yeah. Yeah.
So you're supposed to always, what they say, own your craft.
Own your craft.
Right.
No, they do.
But some people just get stuck in one part as the whole craft.
Nah, I totally agree with you.
Right.
Yeah. Nah, I think that we don't give ourselves enough credit.
Right.
We don't evaluate ourselves enough. So it's hard to promote the thing that forever changes for us. Remember how you say all the time, bro, that your perception is your reflection.
Yes.
Well, if you don't know who you are, how can you reflect or put it out there for other people to see it?
I try to tell people that all the time. You got to learn who you are first.
Right. And so the thing is like we're talking about, even in the situation of, is being independent a viable option for everyone?
Right.
I believe that you should learn as much as you can independently in life.
Right.
Does that mean that you can be a business tycoon like everybody else? Does that mean that you can do certain other things like everybody else? I believe that we all have something that we don't even know that we're capable of doing because we only focus on a certain percentage of what we can do.
Right.
I don't know I forget what the percentage was when I was looking at it before. We only use a fraction of our brains.
Right.
There's a fraction of our brains that we don't even tap into to be able to do all of the amazing things that we
They
can
said
possibly
we only
do.
use about 13, 14% of our brain.
Please tell me you have some kind of confirmation of that.
Let me see it, man. I think
No, could you stop doing that? These people don't want to.
Nah, go ahead and talk to her. I think go ahead and talk to her, man.
You a smooth liar, man.
No, I'm not.
I want to find out if it's what it is.
I'm about to Google it.
All right, so the point
Keep
is why
talking
you
to
Googling to find out what the actual statistical number is.
Yeah.
We can do some amazing things.
Yeah.
But we are so pre-hung up on the reality or the false reality that we need other people to tell us that we're great in those things. You know what I mean? I don't know if you got a chance to watch the whole Shannon Sharp and Steve Stout interview on Club Shay Shay, but there were some things that he said that I found fascinating, and there's some things that he said that are repetitive.
It's 35%. I was off by
35%.
Hey!
You were close. Not at all. But the point that I was going to say was, Steve
I knew it
Stout.
was in the 7th, though, because I said 14.
Right.
So, you
no,
know.
Don't try to make this make sense. You could have added 13 and 14 and got 27. It's still been on.
I still needed 3 more touchdowns. That's all.
That's all.
The Madden rule ain't kick in.
We're going to go with that. We're going to go with that.
Yeah.
He said what he said about Kobe Bryant, which me and we talked about it earlier.
Absolutely.
It's a running theme. Just about everybody that you've ever heard ever make any statements about Kobe said the exact same thing, that he didn't have a whole lot of people that he socialized with.
Right.
But you was not going to outwork him. Mm-hmm. You wasn't going to outwork him. And he took his craft serious.
He did like the white girls, though. That powder. That's what I'm going with.
You know what happened, y'all? He gave us about 37 strong minutes of just making sense.
50.
And we ain't been, has it been 50 minutes yet?
Yeah, it's 50 minutes. We've been away.
Is that another lie or is that the truth?
The truth, man.
Or is that 13% or of the show?
You can see it.
No. I'd like to believe you.
You can't believe me. Yeah.
Okay. So the point in that situation, we're going to wrap that part up before we get ready to get into some questions.
Right.
The reality of it is like he was saying in that interview, basically in a nutshell, you acquire what you go after.
Right.
You acquire the things that you allow the people, the universe, and everyone to see that you will not settle for anything else but that thing.
Right.
You have to be bigger than the vision, though.
Right.
The vision is cool to have, but you got to be bigger than just the vision alone.
Right.
Can we agree to that?
That's absolutely.
Let's get into some questions, man.
All right, man. Let me go get into it. Welcome to another episode of the Porch Podcast, Would You Rathers. I think that's what we're doing, so I'm just going to go on with it. All righty.
Welcome to another episode of Would You Rather, where I'm asking you a series of questions. We'll get answers. I don't know. I'm just going to leave it at that. Who knows? All right. So, would you rather be an only child or the oldest of 12?
Only child, man. Shit, it's too many, man. Because you know why?
Oh, you don't want me,
as
man?
the oldest, not. If I was the oldest, you wouldn't have been there. You older than me.
Right.
What I'm saying to you is, I can't. When you the oldest of 12, you feel like you got to protect everybody, bitch. At 12,
Right. It's a lot of responsibility.
You're
Keeping up with 11 people.
Yeah, at 12.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the dad gonna leave. That's some bullshit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is. That's
Kind of like,
it's a rough one there. Yeah, you might have picked the right one.
yeah.
Okay. Government aid
Government aid,
or community support?
community support.
I like it.
Yeah, all day, every day. Yeah.
I like it. I like it.
I do a lot of that now. I just don't have to talk about the little things that I do. Like I just,
Absolutely.
And I got something to tell you. Yep, I got something to tell you after the show.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to say community support, too. I believe that we each one teach one.
Right.
I believe that if we can, since the show's been about the law of attraction, if we can promote, internal solutions into our environments
Right.
and not need external, relief,
Right.
I think it can only make it stronger.
Right.
So I'm going to go with community support as well. Reality TV shows or scripted dramas?
Oh, scripted dramas all day.
Okay.
That's easy for me, that. Because I feel like sometimes in reality, it's a scripted drama. So now you messing up the whole creative process because you're telling me it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And it probably somewhere now in Hollywood that reality TV stands for, we're going to really just tell you whatever we really want to tell you.
We're gonna create a false reality.
Yeah.
Because you came here for it anyway.
Right, you came here for
You
it.
don't care to the fact that I did something nice today.
Right.
You want me to fight them.
Yeah.
You want me to cuss them out.
Right.
Talk
right.
about their mother and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say this too before with the situation talking about the show.
Yeah.
They must have heard what BMF must have heard what E had to say because this week it was all the women were turned around the other
Wagon
way.
Warriors, yeah. That's
Yeah,
what
I still didn't watch. So
okay,
let's get into it.
So since you brought BMF up, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to give you the question. All right. Question.
Okay.
All right. Does Dr. Darkskin hit Lucille?
He comes close. And then she has she has reservations. And she feels like that because she still loves Charles even though she's mad at him.
Yeah.
So to answer your question, I think it comes close. I think they go out to dinner.
Yeah.
I don't think it happens though. I don't think they get intimate.
You don't think it's no penetration?
I don't think it happens.
Yeah.
And I think it gets close.
Like real close.
I mean, it may
like
even
she
get
laying
down.
in, like
it may, yes, exactly.
She's laying there in her
I mean, I think opportunity will present itself.
Yeah.
And then the emotional side of the relationship, the marriage with her husband,
right,
will prevent it from happening.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think is going to happen in that. Okay, classic literature or modern bestseller? Since we were talking about books. Classic literature or modern bestseller?
Modern bestsellers.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with that. Classics are good.
Yeah.
But a modern bestseller, I like things that are currently going on. I don't have a problem with learning some things that I think is timeless in terms of things that you can benefit from and kind of just put into your, your regular regimen of how you think.
Right.
The modern bestsellers to me are more for the promotional element of what's going on now and kind of moving into the future.
The fact of books, period,
Mm-hmm.
is still the number one form of, like, it's a form of entertainment.
Mm-hmm.
People may not believe it, but books, because this is why things like Audible are important.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? This is why everybody still writes a book.
Mm-hmm.
Because that is one of the biggest forms of intellectual art. As you can see, the Bible was best read or best learned in the book.
Mm-hmm.
Same with the Quran.
Mm-hmm.
So, basically we would say that the Bible's over 2,000 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And that hustle still never changes. You know how many Bibles are bought a year?
Yeah.
So when people make a book about teaching somebody something, or even if they're at a peak in their career, and they start to tell you about their life, their life over the last few years, this is why Will Smith and Jada Pinkett always sell their books. Because they bring it, and then there's always a scandal around it.
Right.
See what I'm saying?
I think bestsellers meet you where you at.
Right. Absolutely.
They just meet you where you are.
Sums it up. But what I'm saying is, the way they label it as modern bestseller.
Yep.
That's a good category, but my theory is where that name came from, because classic literature, it's a classic, and it's literature. Like, we get it. Something, it's not hard to label something as a classic. Michael Jackson Thriller was a classic.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
The Godfather was a classic, So, Coming to America, you know what I mean? So, that's not hard, but when a person makes it, they say it's modern. They basically just said, now I get it. It's up to date, current, and it's sold fast, so we're going to call it a bestseller. Because everything can't be the modern bestseller.
I thought you just had you didn't break it all down separate like that?
I just did. I just realized. That's what I said. That's what I just said. That's what I said.
So this one right here is more geared towards a couple element of things, right? I want to say this. That a picture of me? So I'm going to say this from a couple's perspective. Date night. Would you rather plan it or wing it?
I've won it a lot of times, but I'm currently planning.
But what would you prefer?
I like wing.
Oh, there you go. There we got your answer now.
Yeah.
So you prefer to wing it?
Yeah.
I would prefer to wing it.
Yeah.
My wife would probably prefer to plan it.
Mine too.
Winging it for me leaves so many more options available. And what I mean by that, I mean the whole, word?
Yeah.
Oh, we got a moment?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and do what we do.
Right.
I like that more than planning the situation, but I think that, if I had to guess for my wife, she's more of a planner. All right, bro, you could take us on out of that one, man, as far as the Would You Rathers, man.
Yeah, we're just gonna go ahead. Would You Rather's over. I ain't giving us no theme music, none of that shit. We good.
All right, E. Well, It's been another great episode, y'all. We're going to get ready to get out of here. We apologize for any interruption that you may have encountered while you was watching this. Hopefully in the magical world of editing, we can do some correction on that situation. But let them know each and every week, bro, where they can find us on the audio version.
All your favorite podcast and streaming sites: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio,
Yep.
Audible.
That's it.
Red Circle.
Yep.
Yeah, where they can see us at, P.
And anywhere first off, you can see us each and every week on Monday, right here, unless something changes, right around 8:15ish. Let's be honest, maybe 8:30. But we'll be going live, and then immediately following the next day on our YouTube channel, usually comes out at 7 p.m. that Tuesday, the next day. If anything changes in advance, we give you advance notice. As always, we appreciate you guys rocking out with us each and every week. We look forward to seeing y'all next week, man. Y'all be good. Hey, real quick before we let you guys go, too. April 5th. Your favorite brothers from the Porch, along with what's the other brother's name?
It's a couple podcasts, the Town Podcast and Trenton Makes Podcast.
We got a couple other podcasts along with us, man. We'll be getting recognized for the podcasting work that we're doing. So we're so happy to announce that, and we're so grateful to be recognized for what we're doing. Hey, family, we gone, man. Y'all be good, be safe. We will see y'all next week. Peace.